individuals that come before the court in the past 9 years, I know that it doesn't matter whether they're rich or they're poor. It doesn't matter where they may come from as far as ethnic background. It only matters as to what's before the court, what they've been charged with, what the facts of that case are, and whether there is proof beyond a reasonable doubt that they may have violated the law. That's what's important to a court, and that's what equal justice for all means. You don't look to rumor or innuendo as to what may be a community sentiment. You don't look to things that are outside of the courtroom, those things that are mere suspicion. You look to the facts that are before the court and what is proved in a court of law. That's equal justice for all. You don't look to the charge, which the individual might be charged with. Maybe it's an atrocious charge. Maybe it's sexual abuse of a child. That's terrible. Maybe it's selling drugs, poisoning our youth. That's terrible. That bothers people. But that's not what should concern a court, and that's not what equal justice for all is about. Because history is replete with many instances of lawyers who have taken on unpopular causes and unpopular clients and cases. And they do that because that's what they're expected to do. That's what the oath of office means that they take. And they have given service to the bar and to courts by taking on those unpopular causes in the community to help there be equal justice for all. And no offensive criminal conduct or act should let a court or a community deviate from giving equal justice for all to an individual before the court. And what bigger atrocity was there than World War II in our history? And what bigger atrocities were there than the killing of numerous Jews in concentration camps, and the manner in which prisoners of war were kept by the Germans and by the Japanese? People of America were up in arms that there was going to be any type of trial. In fact, Churchill stated that they should take the 50,000 of the top Germans, Italians, or Japanese leaders, take them out and summarily shoot them. Many were calling for summary executions. Many were calling for court-martials, more of a kangaroo court setting for these war criminals. But Robert Jackson, who the Senator has named on behalf of, wanted equal justice for all. And how did he set forth that equal justice for all? Robert Jackson stated that this is not an occasion for argument of the merits of the Nuremberg trial, but at least the trial of Goering, Ribbentrop, and others, for which I have had some responsibility. Insofar as the pattern we set was followed in other trials, the record of the United States is that no man was punished until he was furnished detailed accusations, provided counsel, given full opportunity to present his defense, and on a permanent record pronounced guilty of specific acts in a reasoned, written opinion, 3 of whose prosecutions brought prima facie guilty charges were wholly, 3 of those prosecutions through prima facie guilty charges, and 3 were acquitted, and several others were found not guilty on some of the charges. This is Robert Jackson at his finest moment, because he was the one that argued that there should be equal justice for all, even though everyone else was calling for summary executions, even though everyone else was asking that the atrocities are so bad, why give them a trial? Why give them equal justice? Because Jackson knew that a man should be tried fairly, that he should be confronted with the facts, that he should be confronted with those charges against him, and not everyone summarily shot, not everyone put into a court whereby there be a court-martial, and not this equal justice for all. So when our Bar Association and our lawyers come together for Law Day and speak of equal justice for all, it is a fundamental part of our system of justice, and it is a fundamental right that every individual that comes before a court of law should have. And the reason is that you want your system of laws and government to treat everyone fairly and equally. You do not want any prejudice, ill-conceived notions, rumors, or any other speculation other than facts in a court of law to equally and fairly decide a case, especially in a criminal setting. Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me here today.
Thank you, Judge.